Hello, dear listener. I am Rachel Weaver, and today I want to talk about compelling copy. And how do we write compelling copy? What does that even mean in the world of coaching and consulting? And for me, and my experience with writing copy, compelling is a combination of the feminine and the masculine energies because you need that masculine structure, the template, right? But you also need this like feminine connection, the emotion behind the words in order for it to truly be compelling and truly will get your audience, your ideal client to click and to engage, to buy, to do all the things, right? And so I wanted to give you 3 tips and maybe even a bonus, 3 tips to really writing more compelling copy that is actually going to attract the people that you wanted to attract, right? The people that are willing to pay you good money, people that are excited to sign on and not give you excuses, the people that are your favorite people to work with that just light you up and get you so excited to do the work that you do. So the first one, it's simple on the surface. So it's being clear and concise. That's tip number one, clear and concise. The underline of this, though, is that you have to know what your core message is. You have to know what makes you unique. You have to know the results that you get clients. If you can't answer those questions, then being clear and concise is going to be really challenging. So if you're struggling being clear, if you're struggling with really defining what you do and the way you do it, you have to go back and answer those questions. Then the clear and concise piece comes out on its own and it's not a challenge. There might be some fluff that you have to go back in and cut out. A lot of times I will write a draft. Actually, every time I write a draft at least 2 to 3 days before it's due, right? So that I can spend another day, fresh eyes on it, and be able to pull out words that aren't really necessary, rephrase things that feel a little um, too much, right? You should be able to read it back and feel like, oh, that's totally me. I would totally say that, right? When you can do that, you're being clear and concise. Tip number 2 is it has to lead somewhere. It has to so this is like the call to action, right? You hear a lot of copywriters talking about call to action. We have to have the intention behind this post so that we know where we're leading the reader to. Are we leading them to answer a question? Are we leading them to booking a call, to joining our program, just commenting? Like, where are we leading people and what do we want them to do next? We can't leave it up to them to connect the dots. We have to connect those dots for them and really take the reins, right? When someone is taking the reins and really leading me through a process, I feel at ease. I feel like I don't have to make the decision, right? We are so overloaded with making decisions that we don't want to have to make all these little decisions when it comes to reading your copy. We really want you to tell us what to do next. If this is resonating, I need to go do what, right? So lead your reader through to an action. Okay. That's how you're going to compel them to joining your program, signing up for a call, those types of things. The third one is resonance. Now, what I mean by this is that you need to be using words that they're using. You need to get into their head and understand what it is they're thinking about. How do they think about this problem? How do they think about the challenge that they're facing that you can help them with? How do they think? What are the words that they use, the phrases, the feelings, all of it? And when you can identify those, then you can use that in your copy to say, I get it. I understand where you're at, right? And I think this is, especially for spiritual entrepreneurs, the piece that they a lot of times skip over in they think that they know it, but they don't. They're not having the conversations. And honestly, I'm guilty just as much as everyone else that I don't have as many conversations as I could with ideal clients. Like I do more for my clients in doing their research than I do for my own research. But you need to understand what it is your ideal client is struggling with, but how they think about it. Take that next step. It's not just what they're struggling with, but how are they thinking about it, feeling about it, and acting on it, right? The bonus one is telling a story within your copy and in your content. How can you weave in a story of something that happened recently or in the past, but just we as humans love stories. How can you be a better storyteller? Because storytelling automatically starts to get at your emotion and we buy off of emotion. So how can we connect more to emotion and less with the like surface level, like you get 5 calls, right? Nobody buys that. We buy the emotion, we buy that tangible feeling of what you do. So those are the 5 tips to being more. What did I just say 5 for? 3 plus a bonus. Oh my God. I think I need more coffee. Um, those are the 3 tips that I wanted to share about writing a more compelling copy. It is this balance of masculine and feminine. There's that structure, but then you put into it your energy, your intention, your love into that structure. And that's how we create compelling copy that is so us, that we feel so good to put out there. And then people write back and say, "Oh my gosh, you read my mind," or "I have um, been wondering this for so long and you just answered it for me. It was so timely," right? Love getting that kind of feedback. If this episode was helpful to you, please share it, write a comment. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, have a great rest of your day.